All right, Timmy, start
Deep dive.
Fuck yeah. Oh, hit it. Dylan Lucas.
I like the little strobe sort of bit you been getting
Yeah,
done as well.
I just did it as well.
Yeah,
It was
really good.
useless because you didn't actually join in.
What would you do?
Good to know you watch the
Yeah.
episodes. I go back and forth, the cameras.
Fucking rude.
I go
recently.
back and rewatch the show each week and just look at ways that you can improve your performance and start to carry a bit more for us.
Yeah, be an empty notepad. All right, Dylan Lucas, talk to me. DL.
Well, this one's been rattled in the last 10 minutes a little bit.
Yeah, it's good.
First and foremost, do we think he's locked back into the back row spot? Could he still play centre? What do you reckon?
I kind of think he is locked in now.
Dave just went last week.
Surely you would have just, when you've got Cant there, surely you just would have done it this week. I think Cant defensively probably didn't do himself any favours last week. I think this has got more to do with Cant than it's got to do with Lucas.
I'll run through them quickly anyway. And it was when Best was injured and Lucas was moved to centre, had these stats for the SC Playbook subscribers in our WhatsApp group last week, and it was just his numbers at centre. And again, someone who was like, shit, do I buy him? Do I not? What happens here? So basically started 5 games at centre in 2024, plus week 1 of the finals. In those games, he had scores of 56, 106, 59, 45, 76. He averaged 68.4 points in that time with 3 tries. Mm-hmm. In the elimination final, he scored a try, 18 runs, 22 tackles. So his base was still outstanding. Like, basically the centre move for Dylan Lucas was, it's not that bad. Like,
Yeah, it's not a train wreck. Yeah.
no, because I was sitting there right at centre, do I antipod him? And then I was like, no, the stats are still pretty good there. And we now have this news around the injury from physio, so that changes things a little bit. But yeah, basically for future reference, if he does get moved back there, you still prefer him in the back row, but at centre, not that bad.
Dylan Lucas is really going to be almost a permanent fixture for the next few years, isn't he?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I think
especially because he'll still dabble in centre,
Yeah.
so he'll probably keep that duel more
He'll
often.
He'll
than
get
not.
enough throughout the year where he
to
plays
keep
it. Yeah, that's good gear. All right, Joe Tapine down there in the nation's capital. Now, I imagine a lot of people expected Joe Tapine to be, the main guy in Canberra for the next few weeks with Corey Horsburgh playing Origin, but that's taken a bit of a flip. What stats you got for me?
Good point. So, Joe Tapine, my popular buy this week for good reason. He's averaging 79 points, only in 54 minutes per game. So it's on cue with recent years. My only knock to him is that he's one of the ones where you're paying top dollar for. $729K, heaps of attacking stats this year. Get a load of this. 9 games this year, he's had 2 tries, 2 try assists, 5 line break assists, 2 line breaks. In 24 games last season, for context, didn't score a try. He had 4 try assists, 8 line break assists, and 2 line breaks. So this year he's already had 2 more tries. He's had the same amount of line breaks. Bottom line, he's just getting a shitload of attacking stats. Now, he's playing phenomenal football, so maybe they do continue. But history would suggest for a front rower that they've got to reduce at some point. In no way does this make him a bad buy, but I do think off the back of that you're paying premium dollar for Joe Tapine.
Did those stats surprise you a little bit? Have I just not been paying as much attention to Joe Tapine as I should? Like, I didn't expect them to be that enormous. I know he's playing good footy, but I didn't.
Yeah. 5 line break assists for a prop forward is
That's
a lot.
huge.
Yes. In
It's
9
enormous.
games. More
Yeah.
than, yeah.
Wild. I like that.
you-
But yeah, I think you are paying top dollar for him at the moment.
Do you like him as a buy or not?
I would have really liked him had Horsburgh been picked for Origin. He's a guy that I was going to look at this
Yeah.
week, but I sort of just moved away from him once Horsburgh, if he wasn't going to have that big uptick, sort of moved off me a little bit.
And the other one, mate, was just around from physio, lost in all that.
Especially, I think the other thing
madness.
as well that's worth noting is that with Simi Sasungi, he's no longer the alpha in the pack anymore. Simi's taken over. So Joe who?
He's also no longer the best sword in the pack with Zach Hosking starting.
No, please. Please.
The other note on that, which is very relevant to the Joe Tapine trade, that chatted in depth about it on the Playbook podcast, but Payne Haas, mate, he's his 4th most sold player.
Yeah, that's the other one I wanted to talk about.
What do you reckon?
I hadn't considered selling him before physio spoke, but I am very, very interested in it all of a sudden. For those of you as well that are new to Supercoach, I know I was talking to my trainer this morning about it because he hasn't played in a few years, that you can actually make 3 trades this week too.
Yeah,
So
not counting your boost.
not counting your boost. Yeah. So not that I have any boosts left to use anyway, but yeah, it is an option. So yeah, mate, I could trade Payne Haas down. I could get in the front row forward, or
Mate,
I could.
Did you use your last boost last week
Yes, I did.
and scored 1,000 points?
Yes, I heaps did. And he scored 27.
So 0 boost left and 1,000 points last week.
Yeah, when you have one, you use it. Yes, you have 0 left, Tim. Yes, that's good.
I see why you're panicking now.
Subtraction has hit Kurma. Addition, we're still waiting to arrive.
Some panics hit Mascot.
Put me in a corner and I will claw my way out of it, motherfucker. Yes, no, we're not in a good spot. You've got 1 left.
Yeah.
How many you got left?
Me?
Yeah. You got like 4?
I've got 3.
3. That's
I thought you might guess 3, but yeah, 3.
To be fair, it's less than I genuinely thought you'd have.
Well,
so.
I used one week before last.
Yeah, okay. Oh, because Tim told you to.
That's exactly why.
Kiss ass. Yeah, so I could trade in a 2RF. I could. I'll tell you what I am thinking about doing, Timbo, is maybe just waiting a week and depending on how it all plays out, maybe just going straight to Keon for Payne Haas next week.
Yes. I was going to put in my deep dive, but I didn't have to. Shout out Rando on the stat. The highest base stats in a single game of all time, Keon against the Tigers on Sunday night. Get this, first and third most of all time came from that same game.
Really?
All the games of Rugby League, Supercoach, over the years, first and third, same game. It was Terrell May third.
Do you know who was the number 2 in between? Do you remember? That's wild, though, to have 1 and 3 in the same game.
It's
and
remarkable.
Yeah, it's sweet. It was a wet weather game. There's heaps of wet weather games. It's a winter sport. That's crazy. That's
So
wild.
Keon becomes a must, really.
I think so. And I think his comments the other day, it's the first time he's come out publicly and said, I'll play anywhere. I like that as well.
Okay.
So I think Keon is a must next week.
Isaiah Yeo, number 2, 92 in base in 2020. So Kalamatunga was 96 in base. Terrell 91.
Isaiah Yeo got 92 in 2020. That was before Isaiah Yeo was Isaiah Yeo. That's wild.
Probably did it from centre.
Probably.
Mitch Barnett, 4th. 90 points in 2024. How the heck is this one? Jazz
I
Tavanga
was
in
going to
5th.
say, surely, yeah.
What do you mean short?
Well, he made
it
like
was
68
Jazz.
tackles in a game, I remember. Has to be that one, surely.
2019 against the Broncos, 89.
Yep, 68 tackles that day.
Jeez.
What do you mean, Jazz? Mate.
Where were we?
Talking to the guru over here. Where were we? Yeah, so I will probably be going Payne Haas to Keon next week will be my play. All right, next man on the list is AFB. Another one I ran my eye over as far as a trade-in. I'm interested to hear this one. Talk to me.
So, yeah, just a little overshadowed with the rise of the front rower this year, but gone about his business as usual, 73-point average, a 5-round average of 79 points per game. Interesting to note, his minutes have dropped this season from 60 per game at the Warriors to 53 at the Sharkies. Also, he's played 6 games of 50 minutes or less. Despite this, his base has gone up from 50 to 53. So, yeah, just another popular buy this week. AFB, if you want him, now's the time. They play round 12, round 15, the first 2 major buy rounds, no impact of origin. Hard to not.
I'm just having a look through his minutes this year. It is interesting. Like he played 55 in the first game, and then every single game after that, he either played in the 40s or the 60s. Nothing in between.
Yeah, well, I mean, even the last weekend, 67 minutes, there was Ramian left the field early, Stone Street left the field. So it's like Talakai went to centre, so that was inflated minutes. So the point is, like, the minutes are down, but the work rate is improved, basically. But less time. Yeah.
I will say this as well, though, worth noting, and I mean, this isn't a big shock to anyone, but if you have a look at AFB's minutes throughout the season, like the top 5 games he played the most minutes was round 1 in Vegas against Penrith. He played 66 minutes against Canterbury, 67 minutes against the Tigers, and 66 minutes against the Melbourne Storm. That's essentially the top 3 teams and Penrith. And the other game he played 60-plus minutes was against the Tigers, which you might remember they were losing that game. They lost that game. So very game-dependent AFB, as he should be.
I always said that at the start of the year, right?
Yeah.
We were talking about his minutes when they're tight, he'll go bigger, and this Sharky side should put some decent teams to the sword, or some softer sides, I should say. he'll get early rest because they couldn't probably afford to do it as much at the Warriors. The Sharks, who are flying high and have a lot of depth in their pack, they can.
Yeah, yeah, completely agreed. Worth noting as well, the Sharkies haven't had a bye yet too, so 2 coming in the next 5 or so weeks. Okay, let's move to Herbie fully loaded. A very, very comfortable member in the Grizzly Lounge week in, week out.
I got a message from you last week when Dylan Brown set up a try, had a line break or something in the last couple of minutes. Dylan Brown's the king of the junk time. Like,
He is the king of the junk time.
is he? Herbie Farnworth, 5 tries on the trot, 5 games in a row. In 4 of those games, it's been past the 65th minute of the game.
Oh, you mean crunch time?
Junk time.
Herbie time?
Junk time.
Yeah. The back-to-back Dally M medalist centre, soon to be 3rd, is a junk time guy. Okay, Tim Williams.
So,
You
Nathan,
sound like a guy that doesn't own Herbie.
Nathan, I'm absolutely bitter. I'm so filthy about this.
Lemon lime.
That was, I don't have heaps to talk about. I was just pissed off and wanted to note that.
He scored I reckon he has scored a try every week. I think I traded him in against Melbourne. He's scored a try every single week since. And to be fair, hasn't scored 100 in that time, so read into that what you will. But
yeah, so 39 in base per game. We know his power game's good too there, the tackle breaks and offloads. And whilst, Roo, I understand that you're trying to beat me and differentiate your team from ours, but take a moment for our many listeners out there who appreciate what we have to say. Like the try scoring streak, they've come late in games. He's 738K, he's top dollar now, good buy coverage. For the non-owners out there, and you're looking at one, because I'm considering him this week, do you sit there and go, all right, you have to have him in, or do you go at the price, maybe you can antipod him? What's your feel?
I think at the price you can antipod him. I genuinely do. Like he's scored a try in the last 5 weeks in a row. He's a very good player. There's no denying that. But I think as well, mate, as I just said, he's scored 5 weeks in a row on what he's averaging, I would guess, 80 over that period. Maybe a little bit more. What's his 5 game? Yeah, it's 85. Like it's good. Yeah, but he's scored a try in all those weeks. As you said, he has been scoring them late. He plays Canterbury this week. He then goes into a bye. He does play round 15, but he doesn't play 18.
Before the try scoring spree, though, like he had 1 try in the first 6 weeks, and he had a low score of 55. Like I understand that if he doesn't score in those games, he does probably go sub 50, but. Like he's got a low of 55 this season.
Well, okay, let's put it this way. If you're a Kiraz owner, does it make sense to go straight to him then? Like, is he...
Absolutely, yeah.
Are you considering doing that or not?
Definitely.
Okay.
Well, I was looking at going Kiraz to Lucas until 25 minutes ago.
I think he's a good buy. I just don't think he's an absolute must-have guy.
And he's absolutely a good buy. Yeah. And there's no 2 ways about it. But I'm sort of getting there, like 76-point average, like is he a must? And that's the question. But... there are plenty of good options available, so...
Put it this way, after round 15, I will be more than happy to move Herbie on to a gun.
You don't think he's a keeper?
Oh, sorry, I shouldn't say
because there's a difference.
If there is someone that is bigger and better out there, which I think there's every chance there will be for my top 4 spots, I'm happy to have a look at it. Not a bad buy by any means.
I think he's just set and forget.
For the whole season?
Yeah. And for the record, there's a difference between like a set and forget and like a keeper and a must. A must is, if I don't buy this bloke, I'm going to get wrecked. A keeper's like, why would you have any reason to trade Herbie?
Yeah, wrecked, R-E-K-T as well, like proper.
Does have 3 buys around 13, 18, and 21. So, yeah. Anyway.
Yeah, it's a good conversation. I like it. All right, let's move to our next man on the list I skipped one before, Fletcher Sharp, who is playing, in my opinion, his best position this weekend, which is very exciting. Unfortunately, he plays for a team that refuses to score rugby league points. Talk to me about Fletcher Sharp.
Yes. So Fletcher Sharp, fullback this week, obviously. Started 5 games. Where are we here? Sorry, Fletcher Sharp, scrolling down. Fullback last year, first 4 games, he had 61.25 points. Okay. So pretty damn solid. But what's worth noting for those 4 games, they were 4 of his first 5 games in the NRL. Like, it was fresh as they come. And he still averaged 61. That's pretty good going.
Yeah, it is pretty good going. Can I ask you, did he goal kick in those games? Because I would assume with KP out, he probably will goal kick. I know he goal kick coming through the junior grades and whatnot, unless there's someone in that team I'm forgetting.
like Cogger can, but he's not great.
Fuck that. Fletcher Sharp's kicking over Cogger.
I hadn't actually thought about it.
I think he will goal kick, and that might gain him 4 points, but I think he will goal kick for what it's worth.
As long as he nails that conversion and boosts
As long
it
as
by
he nails
4.
that conversion, yeah. Who they're playing Penrith. Fuck it. They might not even pack the tee this week. I think he will goal kick for what
the
it's
Knights.
worth. I mean, Penrith aren't. Yeah, sorry, I'll
The
take
Knights
that back.
should
Penrith,
win.
yeah, they won't win this game of football, but yeah, I don't think they will. I reckon Penrith will be
Jeez, you're
okay.
confident. They're missing half their team.
Yeah, I've watched the Penrith New South Wales Cup twice this year. It's still a good football team.
Mate, their NRL team are coming second last or something. They're off
What are the
bottom of
odds?
table.
What, am I crazy? Are Penrith outsiders? What are we talking about?
Jeez, you're confident.
What are the odds this week?
I reckon there's an upset. brewing.
Penrith's $1.35.
That's stupid price. As if it's not.
That's probably the price without taking any of the actual nuances of this game into consideration.
No, that's believe me. The bookies are the nuances kings.
Tell me,
Well-
you're not,
Bookies ride nuances
I'm
into
kind of
town.
a-
Take
You're not-
your money and hit the frog
tell
and
me you're
toe.
not a punter without telling me you're not a punter.
That was
Jeez.
you're on probation for that.
I
okay?
am a
Know
punter.
that.
Mate,
You need to
they-
get more degenerative.
They are crazy odds. Listen to the outs for Penrith this week. Keep in mind, what are they? Are they last still? Second last? Third last?
Third last, yeah.
Brian To'o, Dylan Edwards, Isaiah Papali'i, Liam Martin, Luke Garner, Nathan Cleary. The Knights, Jacob Saifiti and Kalen Ponga. Those odds are absurd.
What is
18 plus
what's
only
the what are the
gamble
Knights? What are the Knights?
What are their outs?
No, what are they on? Like how much?
What are their odds?
335 they are.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah, Penrith will beat them. The Newcastle Knights don't want to play football week to week. I can't get around that. I understand where you're coming from.
I mean, like, even the Panthers where they're coming on the ladder, if this was a normal week and Clear is playing, actually, if even just Clear is playing, they'd probably put 80 on them.
But it's like it's still a first grade backline. Schneider, Talangi, Jenkins, Casey McLean, Tungo, Alamotti, Dane Laurie. Like I and yeah, the pack's a bit shorter, but Mitch Kenny's still there. Leota, Eisenhuth, Liam Henry, Lindsay Smith. And also, mate, you're bringing these Penrith guys in there, like they're not planks of wood coming up. They're guys in a good system looking for an opportunity to show what they can do. I assume the bench will change. I can't see them running with Luke Summerton and Jack Cole. Yeah, I don't know. I still think, yeah, I'd still be very nervous about Newcastle, hence the $1.35. But anyway,
I think this will go into our captains and trades nicely, but for those, I think, do you have Nico Hines yet?
yeah, got him.
Okay.
Brought him in last week.
I reckon Nico's probably going to be the most popular skipper this week. Makes sense against a depleted Roosters outfit. Sharky's full strength. For those wanting a sneaky little VC before that, if they want to let Nico in as C, I don't mind Fletcher Sharp at fullback as a sneaky VC
I think
play.
also Jack Cole. Yeah, I don't mind that. Don't love it, but I will consider it for sure.
I mean, free VC loop. So you could also go Nico VC into the Raiders and Warriors game. If you've got like Tapine, you could potentially do that, but
We'll get to captains in a moment.
all right.
Just hold your horses, okay? Do you remember when the Knights used to have a horse that the jester would ride as the mascot? Do you remember those days?
Oh, the good old days.
The good old days where you had
Long
a fucking
time
dick
ago.
for a nose. sitting
You
on
know
the
who
back of the
wouldn't be a
horse.
fan of that?
Yeah,
Peter.
Yeah.
I actually thought that's who you were sort of edging towards.
Me
Well,
too.
sure, I'm happy to enter those waters, but do you remember what I'm talking about? The
Yeah, I
old Knights
do.
mascot?
Yeah.
Shout out to Bucky the Bronco. He's been under attack
Tough
this
week.
week. Very tough week.
I know. Don't tell them what Rabbitoh means.
Are you stealing Matty the Waterboy's material now, are you? How
I
dare
am
you?
actually. Sorry,
How
Matty.
dare you? I love that. All right. Isaiah Katoa. Talk to me.
Isaiah Katoa.
I'm really... pick my words well. I'm really surprised. I've always rated Katoa as a footballer, obviously, but I'm really surprised how much he's come on from a Supercoach point of view.
Yes. And there's not the deepest of dives into this. I kind of just wanted to have a conversation about Isaiah Katoa because we saw Jerome Hughes flop last week in the halfback spot. There's still people selling Cleary out there this week. I think you're mad. I think if you've held Cleary through last week's bye, I don't think you sell him this week. But yeah, Isaiah Katoa, just one that's sort of been overshadowed. You know, barring injuries, I can't see him playing Origin this year. He'd need at least a couple there. He's averaging 66 points per game this season. Only scored under 50 once all year. and that was a low of 42 points in round 4. Going pretty good. Like, not
Going
for
great.
me, but he's scoring damn well. If you're looking for buy coverage, you could do a lot worse.
I think you could do heaps worse. It's just the fact. And you know what? It's probably not fair, but I just feel like you need stats to happen, but he's doing it every single week.
Exactly right. And
He's killing
looks
it.
phenomenal.
Yeah. I mean, you ever look through, wow, like if you ever look through his last 12 weeks last year, he went above 50 twice. This year he's gone below 50 once. He's flying.
He is.
He is absolutely killing it, averaging 66 points. Unreal. And what I love too, mate, is like he doesn't have that 160 point score that's his outlier. He's just
Rock
doing it week
solid.
in, week out.
Has he
Unreal
got
to
any
see.
goal kicking about him? Does he have a goal kick?
Did he goal kick for? No, he didn't goal kick for that Penrith side. No, the kid at Melbourne was the goal kicker. No, I don't. Not that I've seen.
For Supercoach purposes, we just need him like in future to get that, because then when you're having combos about Cleary versus Hines versus Jerome, you could add him to it. But granted, Jerome Hughes doesn't goal kick, but a phenomenal running game. Just to join sort of Nico Cleary, etc., he probably needs the goal kicking in future.
Yeah, and it is, as you just said there, mate. It's just the running game that's made such a huge difference.
Yeah.
He's averaging 28 base stats.
Yeah, good going.
How many base stats do you reckon he averaged last year? Wow.
18?
Yeah, 19. Big jump. That was good by you, by the way.
Thanks.
Wow.
Not bad. Wow.
Nerd.
Tell me you're a stats guy.
Nerd.